how to get placements in 2021. Do you know only 3% of engineering students are getting high paid job with 8 to 10 lakhs per annum? Only 7% engineers are getting placements. Do you know why? What are the skills that are usually employers looking for? Mistakes that generally students make. Not getting calls while you are applying for many interviews. 12 industries that are booming due to coronavirus.
Hello, good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Am I audible? Just type in the comment box. All right, so let's start with this process. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on how to get placement in 2021. I hope you all are safe and doing good and staying safe at your houses. So, I am GS Kumar from gskumar.com and your host for today's webinar. I'm super excited to start the journey of so many new learnings for you today on the placement and job search process on today's scenario. So now before starting this session, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to take time and participate on this Sunday. And this session is going to be very, very useful to all the participants who are here in this for next 1 hour or so. So without further delay, I'm starting my presentations. So as and when it is required, we will interact and come back and then take it up further. Is that okay with us? Type yes if you're okay if we start on this presentation. All right, thank you. So let me begin my presentation. The topic for today is job search options during COVID-19 and how to get placements in 2021. So this webinar is for if you are final year students who are at MBA or MCA or any final year graduation. If you are exploring placement and not getting enough campus drives, if you are confused about choosing a right career option based on your personal interest, and if you have offer but nervous about guaranteed placements. All right. So now what my background is something I come from the recruitment industry and I have about 17 years experience in recruitment in 20 different industries. I have 5+ years in coaching and helped about 5,000 plus job seekers in last 17 years. I have a huge success rate landing interviews for freshers, mid-management professionals, and CXO categories. I have about 31,000 followers globally. They have professional memberships with 5 HR associations. I'm a certified career coach. I help people who are looking for jobs. So in last 1 year or so, I've conducted a lot of webinars like this where I help freshers and job seekers in various issues. And this will continue for quite some time because this is a now new norm of learning. So let's come to the point. So what are the news job portals says about placements and employment? So this is a recent news from the media, which talks about only 3% of India's engineering graduates land high quality tech jobs with the packages of 8 to 10 lakhs. The other news says only 7% of engineering graduates are employable. And what's wrong with the engineering graduates? Not only engineering graduates, but most of the fresh graduates have these problems on the placement scenario when it comes to final years and exploring jobs. Still are complaining that MBAs are not up to the mark and they are more towards theoretical knowledge rather than sufficient interpersonal skills or supervisory skills or even communication skills for that matter. Right? The reason why there are a lot of issues in job exploration and placement is we follow this 7-step infinity loop when it comes to the job search process. So when a job seeker starts his process, what he does is first is updating the CV or creating a new CV. Second is uploading in all job portals, no matter what. Change his LinkedIn profile, connect to all the friends who are known in his circle, apply randomly everywhere, and keep waiting. But what happens to this scenario is there is no proper feedback or suggestions or any other calls, and we are getting frustrated because most of the jobs are published only 20%. Rest all happens through unpublished jobs. So the results is obvious in the traditional approach. Like they don't even reply or don't even bother, or they say thanks for your interest. We will get back to you. So this is the most complaining aspect from a job seeker to the such HR professionals, that they say either they don't even reply or they say thank you for interest and there is no calls further. So when we talk about job process, currently we are undergoing COVID impact, and we should understand what are all the various issues and impacting job and placements during this COVID situations. So now full-time jobs will reduce and freelancing will increase even more. Remote and digital jobs will be the new norm. Salaries will become unfixed because there is a freelancing jobs, lot of paper project kind of a normal will be there. Value for the tech skills will increase rather than experienced people, because now it is more towards contribution to the organization and business rather than your experience. That way, the entire value proposition of a particular candidature will be changed rather than no matter how many years of experience you brought in a particular space. New jobs of different kinds will be created, whichever is not present in the earlier stages. Skill and salary will be more focused rather than locations. So since we are operating more towards work from home and remote jobs, location constraints will not be there. But people who are hiring from Bangalore now will be looking at options from Coimbatore, Chennai, Delhi, everywhere, because all they want is a best skill in a best salary rather than locations. Reskilling and e-learning adoption shall emerge even more faster, because that is a new requirement from the employment perspective, because most of the industries have restructured their process and which is not uh, matching to the earlier standards. Earlier standards is something, if at all you have good experience on facilitation, collaboration and all that, you are okay with that. But now only if you can contribute, you are there in the job. Otherwise, you are not there in the job. So whatever a business is required, that skill if you are offering, then you have a job. Especially fresh graduates will be expected to learn themselves and come prepared, because now companies are not ready to provide any sort of training to the candidature, because there are options, more number of options are available, because we are not hiring only from a particular location. It is all over India we are operating. So whoever is having good more value proposition among the freshers, they will be hired rather than regular freshers. Small companies and startup companies will be growing because of their collaboration methodology, and bigger companies will offer more projects to the startup companies to have better distributed work performance and quick performance. So having got this scenario, what will be the solution? So when you look at the job search process, earlier it's a traditional process of preparing the resume and then applying to various jobs. But now the scenario is you should be present digitally. So when we say digitally, The entire recruiting happens through social media. That is, number one is LinkedIn. Second thing is referrals. Third is internal database or website or internet job postings, cold calling, etc. So if you are not available in this LinkedIn platforms or Naukri job portals and all that, obviously your struggle in the job search process is even more harder rather than the presence or getting more visibility in this platforms. So your presence is more and more required in LinkedIn rather than Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Because being freshers, most of the people are available in Instagram and Facebook rather than LinkedIn. But if you look at the jobs, if you are exploring jobs, you have to spend more time on LinkedIn because that is where all the professionals, hiring managers, recruiters, everybody are sourcing profiles, and it's a very high-end professional platform. So make sure you are available in those platforms where recruiters are looking for professionals. So let's have an understanding of what employers are looking for, because that is more important rather than we are assuming certain things, right? So the most important skills employers seek on entry-level candidates are all, most of the time, it is soft skills. So when I say soft skills, ZETI has conducted a survey where it is comes to as problem solving as one of the major aspect of expectations. Then it comes teamwork, then written communication and leadership. So these are the major four factors or which is expected from a fresher rather than the technical skills. Of course, technical skills is important, but when it is compared to the other people, whether you have an attitude of problem solving is the number one requirement from a fresher, right? And now since being we are collaborating with remote kind of a people, whether you have an attitude of teamwork, collaboration, all that is very, very important. Second, and the final thing is like the written communication, because being remote job will obviously go for mail communication, Slack communication, all that. So obviously your written communication is highly, highly expected in a remote environment because your talking, personal talking, physical talking has got reduced and it is more towards mail communication. So these are the elements which is highly, highly expected from a fresher rather than the tech skills. So if you are looking for a job, take up this exercise where you can take a white paper and pen and do a self-assessment through this checklist. Like you think about what is your best skill set, whether you have a good analytical aptitude, what are the tools and technologies you know. Okay. Then whether you have the English communication or foreign language skills, right? And understand whether you have logic and algorithmic kind of thinking attitude. And if I get a job, can I grow in this career? That kind of assessment you have to do. And based on the above, what is my plan A or plan B or plan C? So this is a completely a contemplation process where you have to undergo so that you understand what is your best skills and identify which are all the areas you can really contribute so that you yourself can understand what is your best skills and value proposition. So this is the latest Naukri Pulse report where these are the most demand tech skills for IT automation. So just because we are in remote situation, most of the business requires IT automation. And for IT automation, these are the skills which is very much required. See to that whether you are learning this or if you are not learning this, try to learn these kind of skills so that you are more employable. Secondly, when it comes to language skills, most of the foreign language skills are highly, highly recommended. Not only English, but comes with Russian, whether you have that language, Spanish, Italian, French, German, Chinese, all that. Why? Because if you get more languages, adopt to more learning of more languages, you have more number of opportunities. So if you consider even Japanese language learning, you will have more number of options because more number of engineering companies, manufacturing companies, and major other industries have grown considerably right from 2006 to 2017. I have the data till 2017 that how many Japanese companies are there in India and what are the job opportunities which are available among all the various sectors, right from admin, academic counselors, manufacturing, projects, oil and energy, power sector. All the most of the industries need these people who have multi-language specialists. Okay, especially Japanese, Spanish, German, French. If you have these additional language skills, obviously you are become more and more employable because that is the requirement from the employer. So when you are exploring jobs, we'll have to bifurcate two different process, that is identifying which are all the industries that are booming in this coronavirus time. So first one will be, as I said earlier, this freelancing and work from home industry. Like if you have a skill, you can start contributing. That level of skill is booming. Second is food delivery apps like your Swiggy, Zomato, and all that. Online gaming, in-home entertainment channels, immunity-based food supplements. Like there are a lot of health products which is coming up in the e-commerce domain. Online meeting and collaboration softwares like Zoom, Slack, Gmeet, and other stuff. Data science and AI is growing big time for next 5 years. Digital products like whatever you require for a YouTube channel or conducting seminars like this, you need a lot of products, digital products, which wherein you can use and reach out to people. Service-based startups will have more number of options. Digital marketing, especially mobile marketing, because most of the people spend time on their mobile. So reaching out people through mobile will be a new normal and new reach out plan. So anything on mobile marketing will be flourishing. E-learning, online coaching, online training, those kind of models will be predominant because everybody have their own in-house setup, and learning, career coaching, and training, all that will be an industry which will be booming big time. Of course, healthcare, pharma, medical equipments are all booming, which we are seeing on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to our different industries, declining industries also we have to make a note so that we don't get into these kind of industries because they are already non-performing. And if you are entering into a non-performing industry, obviously our hit ratio of job will also be even more worse. So make a very cautious decision that you don't get into these kind of industries and enter only to the performing industries. So these are the LinkedIn's job on the rise kind of list where it is published last month. 15 opportunities that are demand and hiring now. The first one is, as I said, freelance content writers and any freelancers who can contribute on the digital space have more roles. Social media and digital marketing roles, especially marketing roles, business development and sales roles, specialized engineering roles, education related stuff, artificial intelligence roles, e-commerce, cyber security, data science roles, healthcare, human resource roles, user experience, UI, UX, those kind of roles, and customer service role. Anything to do with customer service, support, and all that will be flourishing. So if at all you have to get into those jobs, obviously you'll have to learn lot many skills, which is starting from ethical hacking, cyber security, system administration, website related softwares, content, copywriting, social media, video editing, blockchain, cloud computing, business analysis, marketing and sales. All those skills are highly, highly in demand. So if at all you are learning and upskilling these skills, definitely your employability factors and hit ratio will be even more busy. So there is no hard and fast in this learning, because most of the sites offer free education and free online education platforms. So most of them you could be already aware, like this Udemy and all that you might be aware. But these are the other sites where you can learn free on all the upskilling related stuff. There is also internship platforms where you can enter into startup companies and the other companies where you can work for about 3 to 6 months and learn the exposure what an employment is looking for. So if you are not getting jobs for a very long time, try these internship platforms and get into internship. Either it could be paid internship or non-paid, that doesn't matter. But start somewhere so that you start getting exposure, so that you get an experience out of it, and then eventually land into a full-time job. And these platforms sometimes offers like they get into internship, and after that, if you are performing well, they'll convert into a full-time job. So obviously, there are more plus points in getting into internship. But not only you might be aware of Internshala and LinkedIn, but these are the other sites where you can log in and explore more number of jobs. Now, as a company, how gskumar.com can help, that kind of an idea I can give you so that you are aware of how we can help you in getting placements. So first is you can book a one-on-one personalized consultation session on any of the job or challenging issues if you are facing in your career. You can log into my site and consult a one-on-one session. Second is, as we said, most employers are unsatisfied with engineering graduates just because their critical thinking, problem solving capacity is not there. Because this is true for most of the engineering graduates, because their passion and their interest is not towards engineering. That is why they are not performing. But the problem is we'll have to identify which is our best skill. Uh, this can be related to this Three Idiots movie where Madhavan has interest only towards photography, but he was forced to an engineering kind of a graduation where he considerably fails. And just because of his passion, he get backs and begs and then go to a photography domain. So this scenario is true for almost 90% of our people, where our interest and passion is towards a different thing, but we are forced to do a different job and landing up in an unproductive job. So to solve this problem, we come up with a NLP-based online career assessment where we help you to identify which is your best career skill. Like this report will provide you what is your left brain and right brain is capable and what is your most best skill. Accordingly, we will give you a report on what is the top 10 career options which can suit your interest level so that you upskill yourself on those kind of skill set and exposure and land into a job where you like it rather than what employer is looking for. We also help in customizing your CV based on the current hiring trends, because as usual, most of the people are downloading resume templates from Google and then trying to do the same thing, which eventually fails. Rather, what we do is we customize the CV according to the current hiring trends and project our eye-catching content and look and feel to the recruiter who is reviewing your CV. So this is one of the before and after CV where we have transformed the regular CV into a better look and feel CV. When it comes to job search, Naukri.com is the Google for the recruiters. So we help in preparing the optimization for job seeker who can develop a lot more interview calls. So here we'll do optimization so that you get more and more interview calls. So this is the one we have done in the last for the job seekers we do on a regular basis, where you can see the graph of how the before optimization worked and how the after optimization has worked. That way will help you to get more interview calls through Naukri.com. We also do LinkedIn SEO, where we help professionals in getting more interviews, because 80% of job recruiters and managers are on LinkedIn, and it's a highly trusted platform for business professionals and hiring professionals. So LinkedIn is the most trusted source of information. If you look at it, there is a report which says from 2017 to last year, that is 2020, LinkedIn is the most trusted platform where the content you can trust, be it business content or regular job-based content. You can trust LinkedIn comparing to the other social media platforms. So we help in optimizing each segment so that your visibility among recruiters and hiring managers becomes more. This requires even more tweaking and optimization. We will help you on those things. So these are the couple of testimonials from my past clients where they have immediately got jobs offers and others, and they have recommended in LinkedIn and all that. So if you need one-on-one consultation, you can connect with me at gskumar.com, and you can also send mail queries to connect@gskumar.com. All right. So we have another 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can you can unmute yourself and ask.
Hi, Mr. Kumar Srinivas here.
Yes.
Yeah. You mentioned LinkedIn SEO, like for whenever, let's say I'm doing a post on LinkedIn, how do I get more traffic generation? Like I'm looking at more likes and people commenting. So obviously I'm going to write about something wherein most of my first connections are doing that. Let's say, for example, talent acquisition. So I being in talent acquisition, most of my connections, I would say 85% of them are into talent acquisition. But like, even if the content is really good, so basically I don't get the kind of likes that sometimes, yes, but not always. So what do I do to get more basically traffic generation and likes as well as comments,
Fantastic.
and that going to many other people?
Fantastic. LinkedIn has its own artificial intelligence of understanding, Mr. Srinivas. So what we have to speak in that language. Okay. So when we say artificial intelligence, LinkedIn encourages more video content rather than the poster and other content. First is, if you have video content, you can upload videos like 4 to 8 minutes videos or 3 to 4 minutes videos. Those kind of videos you can upload. Number one. Okay. Number two, you have to use the best hashtags, which is having more number of followers. So obviously, it is working like an SEO where it will help you generate more visibility. So say for example, the number one hashtag which has highest number of followers is the hashtag hiring and promotion. Okay, if you look at go to LinkedIn, make a search on hashtag hiring and promotion. That is the number one hashtag which has lakhs and lakhs of followers. Okay, so those hashtags you can try and use, so that obviously 3 to 5 hashtags you can use. Say for example, hiring and promotion, hashtag India, hashtag hiring, hashtag talent acquisition, all those things which is suitable to your industry, and then posting video and posting a content which is provoking them to answer will get more visibility and comment.
Yeah, you mean to say polls, something like polls?
Polls one-on-one, okay, but whenever you're posting a text-based content, it should be more easier rather than being more complicated. Okay, it should provoke me to comment either yes or no or some of the other content, it should provoke me to comment. Okay. So
Mr. Kumar, when you mentioned hashtags, so I understand like we can just use the hashtag in the search button, search window, and we could mention something like, for example, hashtag talent acquisition. And if we click on enter and we see similar, then we get a list of hashtags and how many number of followers. There we could kind of pick and choose what works best for us based on the number of followers. But is there one place where all the hashtags are there within LinkedIn in one particular page? So is there any URL like that?
I have collected that list. Maybe I can send you through email on what are the best hashtags, because every industry have the popular hashtags. Okay. So since you are coming from talent acquisition, whatever is related to HR and other stuff will be best for you, which has larger number of followers. Okay. You may not be using hashtag digital marketing or hashtag sales, hashtag technology. Those things you will not use. So it is not required for you. Correct. So whichever is best to you, those things, maybe if you want, you can send me a mail. I'll just send you those lists. Particular to HR domain, I'll select the best popular hashtag which has more number of followers. That list I have completely having it in my folder. So that list I can send you.
Sure. If you could help me with your email ID, please, Mr. Kumar.
It is connect@jskumar.com. I'll just
Connect at jskumar.com.
All right. So what I would suggest is go for try and experiment video content, and secondly, go for text rather than more towards text and posters, because LinkedIn encourages more videos at this point in time.
Sure. One last thing, Mr. Kumar, like in Facebook, they talk about the 80-20 rule, like the image should be 80% and text should be 20%. So similarly, do you think like there is some kind of a ratio, or do you feel if we're also attaching some kind of an image to the content that we are typing, which is directly proportional, it helps in better reach on LinkedIn? Do you
No,
think so?
LinkedIn has got its own artificial intelligence and algorithmic requirement, Srinivas. So it works on a very exclusive. It's not it cannot be compared with Facebook or compared with any other platform. It has got its own thing. And last 6 months, I could see a lot of changes. So that way, we cannot come with a model what we follow in Facebook may not be applicable to LinkedIn. So whatever I have seen and I have experimented is this. So that way you can experiment for a month or so and then see what best is performing for you. And here what happens is one comment is equal to 3 likes. Okay. So what happens in LinkedIn is whenever people start commenting, LinkedIn will understand that it is getting more popular and more liked by people, and it will enhance the visibility to more population.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So that way, encourage more comments. Like even if you have to manipulate, do that at the initial stage. You post a content, you circulate in your WhatsApp group and other things, and ask your friends to start commenting, and then see how the result happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
That way, initially you manipulate, and then slowly you can work. Okay. So if you have
Thanks, Mr. Kumar.
questions, additional people, if you have any questions, you can rejoin the link if you wish to. If you have questions, I'm here to answer. Otherwise, we can close this. I'm activating this link one more time. If anybody have questions, you can rejoin. Others,